Justice Mohammad Abdul Wahab Mia, the senior judge of the Appellate Division, was performing functions as the Chief Justice from 3rd October last year. As a ruling Awami League candidate, the nomination form for the presidential election has been collected on behalf of President Mohammad Abdul Hamid. Chief Whip of the Jatiyo Shangshad, ASM Firoz, collected the nomination form from the Election Commission today. The nomination form will be submitted on February 5. Whips of the Jatiyo Shangshad, M. Shohiduzzaman Sarkar, M. Shahabuddin and Iqbalur Rahim, Chief Election Commissioner K. M. Nurul Huda, Awami League Central Executive Parliamentary Committee member ABM Riazul Kabir Kausar and Secretary of the EC Secretariat were present among others during the time. The voting of the presidential election will be held on February 18 from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Jatiyo Shangshad. According to the schedule, the scrutiny process of the nomination form will be held at 10 a.m. on February 7 and last date of withdrawal is till 4 p.m. of February 10. A total of 348 parliament members will give their voting rights in the presidential election. The tenure of the existing president will expire on April 23rd. Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhary has sought all cooperation and sincere efforts from the United Nations for resolving the Rohingya crisis. The Speaker's appeal came while she was holding a meeting with United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs Under Secretary General Zain Min Liu last Thursday at the UN headquarters in New York. Responding to her call, the UN DESA Under Secretary General said the Rohingya crisis is one of the topmost priority agenda of the UN Secretary General. The UN official assured of providing all-out cooperation from the world body for a humanitarian and political solution to the Rohingya problem. At the beginning of the talks, Zain Min Liu thanked the Speaker and said Bangladesh has achieved a tremendous success in various socio-economic indicators. Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhary highlighted the policies and action plans adopted by Bangladesh for welfare of the all citizens of the country.
Finance Minister Abul Mal Abdul Muhid has emphasized to increase public awareness to implement the National Food Security Act. He was addressing a discussion meeting organized by Bangladesh Food Security Authority on the occasion of the National Food Security Day 2018 at Osmani Memorial Auditorium in the capital today. Chaired by Secretary in charge of Food Ministry Shahabuddin Ahmed, among others, Agriculture Minister Begum Motia Chowdhury, Food Minister Advocate Kamrul Islam and President of Parliamentary Standing Committee on Food Ministry Abdul Wadud spoke on the occasion. Food Minister Kamrul Islam said all must work together to build a prosperous Bangladesh under the leadership of Sheikh Hasina, tackling all conspiracies. Motia Chowdhury said the country has reached from lower middle income to a middle income country under the leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Finance Minister mentioned that Bangladesh is now a food surplus country. Earlier, to mark the National Food Security Day, a colorful rally paraded various streets of Dhaka city. Awami League General Secretary and Road Transport and Bridges Minister Badal Qadir has said BNP is dilly-dallying to skip the upcoming parliament elections. He said this after inaugurating the foot overbridge at Shoni Rakra in the capital over the Dhaka-Chittagong highway today. Badal Qadir said if BNP carries out sabotage, violence or arson attacks on the people in the name of movement centering the verdict of Begum Zia's corruption case, the common people will resist such acts. He also said BNP will face public wrath if they want to create any type of unstable situation in the country. The minister urged all to use foot overbridges to avoid road accidents. Finance Minister A.M.A. Mohit has said the Dhaka Art Summit would herald a new horizon in the South Asian art through bridging forth the history and culture of Bangladesh as well as the region as a whole. He said this while speaking as a chief guest at the inaugural session of the 4th Dhaka Art Summit in Dhaka today. Information Minister Hassanul Haqqi and Cultural Affairs Minister Asaduzzaman Noor attended the function as special guest with the Director General of the Academy Liaquat Ali Laki in the chair. Hassanul Haqqi has said poet, artist and architecture can play an important role to build a militant-free, peaceful world. A total of 300 artists from 35 countries are taking part in the summit, which will remain open for all from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day till the 10th of February. A total of 16 panel discussions and 2 symposiums will take place with the participation of 120 speakers.
And now news from around the world. "90 migrants are feared drowned after a boat capsized off the Libyan coast. The UN's migration agency said there were survivors in that incident and those who drowned were Pakistani nationals. Libyans were also aboard. Libya has for years been a major transit route for migrants trying to reach southern Europe by sea. EU countries have wrangled over both reducing migrant numbers and deciding which countries are responsible for processing migrants on arrival. The EU struck a deal with the Libyan Coast Guard last year to help intercept migrants and return them to Libya. A hospital built under 20 meters of rock in a rebel-held part of central Syria has been wrecked by a powerful airstrike. The hospital in Hama province, regarded as one of the best protected in the country, was put out of service by Thursday's strike. No casualties are reported, but aid workers say it is the worst in a wave of attacks against hospitals in Syria. Meanwhile, the UN say aid is no longer getting through to besieged areas.
Every religion in the world speaks of humanity, welfare of mankind and peace in societies. No religion, including Islam, supports misappropriation of wealth and money dedicated for the orphans. Islam considers deprivation of rights of the orphans as unpardonable sin which dooms one to hell. The Holy Quran says, "Those swallow the property of the orphans unjustly, surely they swallow fire and they shall enter burning fire." The topic has surfaced at a time when BNP chief Khalid Azia is facing trial, accused of embezzling funds earmarked for the orphans. According to the case, the BNP chief took money of orphans. Awami League President member Sheikh Fazlul Karim Salim has said that there is no scope of holding elections under any unelected government. Sheikh Salim was speaking as chief guest at a party workers' rally at Kumilla Town Hall ground this afternoon. Kumilla City Awami League President Alhaz AKM Bahauddin Bahar MP chaired the meeting, while Railways Minister and Kumilla South District Awami League General Secretary Mujibul Haq, Awami League Joint General Secretary Dr. Deepu Muni MP, Organizing Secretary AKM Enamul Haq Shamim, Relief and Social Welfare Secretary Shujit Roy Nondi, and Science and Technology Affairs Secretary Engineer Muhammad Abdul Sabur spoke. Sheikh Salim said BNP is trying to spoil the election by creating anarchy and lawlessness in the country. Health and Family Welfare Minister Mohammad Naseem has said the continuity of the government is imperative to maintain the development works initiated by the present government. He said this at a public meeting organized by Shujanagar Upazilla Awami League in Pabna today. Upazilla Awami League President in charge Sirajul Islam Shah Jahan presided over the function. Among others, Zila Awami League General Secretary Ghulam Farooq Prince MP, Azizul Haq Arzu MP, District Council Chairman Rizal Rahim Lal and Poro Mayor Abdul Wahab also spoke at the meeting. Mohammad Naseem said the government of Awami League believes in development, and as such the government is remaining vocal against terrorism, militancy, extortion and drugs. State Minister for Information Tarana Halim has said that Bangladesh is the world's role model in women empowerment as it is in development. She made the observation while speaking at a women's rally at a Chala Atia Government Primary School ground in Tangail today. Atia Union Awami League President Abdul Razak chaired the meeting, while District and Upazila Awami League leaders spoke. Highlighting different development works of the present government, Tarana Halim sought re-election of the Awami League in the upcoming parliament election, as continuity of government is required for focused development. The state minister also distributed blankets among the poor section of the local society.
And now, sports news. Sri Lanka trailed by 9 runs at stumps on day 3 against Bangladesh's first innings in Chittagong Test. At the end of the day, the Lankans scored 504 runs for 3 in their first innings. Roshan Silva and Dinesh Chandimal were on the crease with 87 and 37 runs respectively. Mustafizur Rahman and Taijul Islam took 1 wicket each for Bangladesh today. Earlier, Sri Lanka started their third day's batting with the overnight score of 187 runs for 1. Dhananjaya De Silva scored 173 runs, while Kushal Mendes scored 196 runs for the Lankans. The Tigers were all out on 513 runs in their first innings. To end the bulletin, let's recap the top stories. President appoints Justice Syed Mahmood Hussain as new Chief Justice. Awami League delegation collects presidential nomination papers on behalf of Mohammad Abdul Hamid. BNP looking for pretexts to avoid participation in next parliamentary election, comments Ubaidul Qadir. Series of air raids on Syria's Aleppo and Idlib town killed 20. UN terms situation dire humanitarian crisis. And Sri Lanka collects 503 runs, losing 3 wickets on third day of Chittagong Test against Bangladesh.
And that's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us, and we invite you to watch 11:30 Bangla News. Until then, Khuda Hafiz.
Khuda Hafiz.